There have recently been news articles in the media about something named Sustainable Aviation Fuel, otherwise known as SAF, and we wanted to investigate this a little further. Let's face it, the transportation industry has been under the spotlight a great deal in recent years in reflection of the reported climate crisis. Whilst the automobile manufacturers have switched to electric or hybrid technologies, it has not been so easy for the aviation industry to make such adaptations given their vastly higher power requirements. So what exactly is this SAF all about? Let us take a look. The aviation industry adopted for a long-term global aspirational goal for international aviation of net zero carbon emissions by 2050. This was to align with the objectives of the Paris Climate Agreement to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius. The proposed methods outlined as to how the aviation industry will achieve this goal include various measures, but all those involved agreed on one thing. A key solution would be the massive use of sustainable aviation fuel. When interviewed, Julienne Marnez, leading Airbus's fuel efficiency and SAF department, stated, "While aviation is very important to unite and connect people, we also need to reduce the impact of flying so that it will be less carbon intensive. Every stakeholder needs to take this seriously. At Airbus, we treat our emissions with utmost importance, and that is why it is at the centre of our purpose, to be a pioneer sustainable for aerospace and for a safe and united world." But what exactly is this SAF and how is it produced, you may well ask? Well, it passes through 4 main stages in its production, which are basically the production of SAF starting with one of 5 main families of raw materials, namely oils and fats, sugar and cereal, municipal solid waste, food and agricultural residue, or renewable energy and carbon used to replace a proportion of the crude oil feedstock. The waste and residue materials are pre-treated to remove impurities. This creates a clean, pure raw material that can be turned into high-quality, sustainable fuel. SAF is effectively produced from hydrocarbon molecules through a process known as hydrodeoxygenation. Oxygen originating from renewable raw materials is removed with the assistance of hydrogen. Other impurities like sulfur and nitrogen are also removed during this process. Hydrocarbons are then isomerized to fine-tune the properties of the final product into SAF. During this process, the hydrocarbon structure is branched to create the desired properties, followed by a final isomerization step and then further distillation to meet legislation standards. Currently, SAF is then blended with conventional jet fuel prior to use, as current ASTM specifications allow SAF to be blended up to 50%. It is then certified as a regular jet fuel and ready to be delivered to airports for fueling aircraft. Although being recognised as a key way forward for the aviation industry, misconceptions about the use of SAF remain. While sustainably produced aviation fuel has been around since 2011, preceding approval in the current certification standards, there are still a lot of myths surrounding it. One such myth is that SAF, when burned, does not emit any CO2. The fact is that burning SAF does create emissions, but these are not fossil-based and do not add additional carbon to the atmosphere, reducing carbon emissions by 80% on average over the fuel's life cycle, compared to using solely fossil-derived jet fuel. Another misconception is that the production of SAF is competing for raw materials with the food industry. The advantage of SAF is that it can be produced from a range of waste and residue raw materials and combined with various production technologies. These feasible raw materials include used cooking oil and fat waste, municipal waste, as well as agricultural and forestry waste and residues. This feedstock pool will continue to develop in the future in accordance with technological developments and strict sustainability rules. A third SAF-related misconception is that certified SAF is a different fuel from conventional jet fuel. In reality, SAF is chemically similar, and once blended with conventional jet fuel, it is fully certified as regular jet fuel, which can be used without any restrictions. So, there we are. A short insight into one of 2023's most topical eco-conversations. If you enjoyed this content, please do subscribe to receive future notifications. And until we broadcast again here on the channel, this is the Primate News, signing off.